The government has bitten the bullet. The ordinance on rape laws is being pushed through. What will this mean for women out on the streets of India? Joining us on this broadcast now is Prashant Bhushan, one of India's foremost lawyers. He's been tracking the story very closely. Also, former chairperson of the National Commission for Women, Dr. Purnima Advani. Ranjana Kumari is joining us, well-known social activist, and Kartikeya Sharma is at Raisina Hill, tracking what the cabinet has been doing very carefully. But before I go across to our experts to try and understand what the government has done, I want to go across to first try and get you a sense of what is it that the government has actually decided to do. Let's just take you through some of the key recommendations of the ordinance that have actually been accepted. Justice Verma, you would remember in his recommendations, had put together several sweeping recommendations. Let's take our viewers through some of the recommendations that have been accepted. Number one, punishment for gang rape up to 20 years, going up to the life of a person, natural life of a person. Earlier, the punishment was much lesser. It's now been extended up to 20 years. Death by hanging in the rarest of rare cases. If the person is reduced to a vegetative state, there can be death by hanging. Death sentence has been accepted. This is a big change at a time when the whole world is moving away from the death sentence. The cabinet has agreed in the rarest of rare cases, when the person is reduced to a vegetative state, there will be death by hanging. 10 years prison for public servant whose duty failure leads to rape. Somebody, a public servant failing in his duty, can be sentenced to 10 years in prison. Let's take you through some of the other proposals in this ordinance. Enhancing the punishment for disrobing a woman. That's point number 4. That's been accepted by Dr. Manmohan Singh's cabinet. Immediate increase in compensation for rape survivors. That's proposal number 5. 1 to 5 years in jail if a public official hinders investigation. A very strong message being sent to public officials who often in the past we've seen have tried to get a rape victim married to the accused, trying to work out such settlements which the cabinet says they don't want. And also defining stalking and voyeurism, which was earlier a grey area, not clearly defined. That's now being taken care of. I want to go across to Kartikeya Sharma. Kartikeya, we've seen these proposals. When do they come into action? Until yesterday, the government was saying we are mulling various options. We don't know which one will finally be accepted. So how is it that the government finally decided that an ordinance should indeed be brought in?
The DDA is Monday, Rahul. Monday morning by 10:15, by 11, this ordinance will be promulgated. I was told by my sources that the Prime Minister Manmohan Singh had a word with Sushil Kumar Shinde, Home Minister, and Ashwini Kumar yesterday evening, and told them very categorically, Rahul, that they must work on certain areas which has not been covered by the Standing Committee of the Parliament, taking care of the Criminal Amendment Bill. And he told them that the issues which are beyond the remit of those Standing Committee, which does not invite parliamentary propriety or the issues of breach, must be immediately amended. And all those issues were compiled by the MHA. And I think the best part was that for now, at least the law has been amended. Now the people who indulge in such violent act can be imprisoned for the lifetime, not for 14 years, but full lifetime.
Okay, Union Law Minister Ashwini Kumar is reacting to the government's decision to bring about this anti-rape ordinance. Let's listen to what the Union Minister is saying.
The Cabinet has decided to recommend to Honorable the President the promulgation of an ordinance which will contain the original provisions of the Criminal Law Amendment Ordinance that was being considered by the Standing Committee of Parliament, and will also contain most of the recommendations of the J.S. Verma Committee. We believe that this is a progressive piece of legislation and is consistent with the felt sensitivities of the nation in the aftermath of the outrageous and most brutal incident in Delhi.
The government saying it's moving with purpose and resolve. And I want to get our experts to comment on this. Let's take it one by one. I want to get Prashant Bhushan. You know, the government was accused of dragging its feet, not moving fast enough. Now they've shown some resolve, Prashant. Do you think the government needs to be lauded for having moved so fast and actually brought about this key ordinance, Prashant?
Well, they have certainly moved with alacrity on some of the recommendations. But if you see the Verma Committee recommendations as a whole, the main thrust of the recommendations were on implementation of the existing laws, strengthening the implementation machinery, and that is why their stress was on police reforms, making police more accountable, putting in place these police complaints authorities which are independent of the government, making the functioning of the police more transparent by having these video cameras recording the persons who are coming to make their complaints about these things, and of course judicial reforms. Though the Verma committee did not say that much about judicial reforms, but obviously in implementing these laws, the judiciary is a very, very key element, and today one of the problems is that these cases drag on for many years and they don't get concluded early enough or don't get concluded satisfactorily by competent judges who are accountable, etc. Those are the reforms which are much more urgent than these changes, though some of the changes in these are important, particularly the change about fixing command responsibility for those officers who because of negligence allow rape to happen, etc. This is a very important provision, but otherwise enhancing the punishment in some of these cases, etc. These to my mind are not as important as systems for implementing existing laws.
Rajna Kumari, is the government responding to mere tokenism to assuage and to basically calm down tempers, to make people feel that some action has been taken, or do you believe the government needs to be lauded for having pushed this ordinance through in record time, for feeling the pulse of the people and responding to the anger on the street?
Well, Rahul, certainly this is to cool the heat. That is what the government is trying to do. But let us see what really this order. I mean, I haven't read it and I haven't seen it, so let me not go into the details of what. But what you reported in other channel that I was on a discussion. The most important thing is that what they have picked from the Verma Commission report, which is a very comprehensive report. It talks about the attitude, it talks about the law, it talks about the implementation, as Prashant said. And from the law point of view, they have just taken up some of it. Just by changing the definition of rape is not going to be really helpful unless it is going to be really implemented and it gets drilled into the minds of law enforcement agencies and also criminal justice system at large. Now, other thing is about the taking up the issue in terms of just talking about some of the issues which are extremely difficult for this government to accept are the issues of changing People's Representation Act, for example. Politicians sitting with impunity in the Houses of Representatives after sexual offense charges have been leveled against them. The men in uniform, and they're going doing things with impunity. Same thing is about rape in marriage. So all those things, except what is laudable about it is that punishment framework has been definitely accepted and it has been turned into life and also left a lot of discretion to judiciary. And this is the same judiciary which gives 2 years, 3 years, not even 7-year imprisonment to in the existing cases. Majority of the cases people have got away with 2, 3, 4 years. So if you want to bring in all this with the same set of people and without any implementation assurance and also doing anything, putting your money or resources on table to get all these things streamlined, gender training happening, gender sensitization happening at every level, all that, then in that sense,
Purnima Advani, is the government guilty
just a lollipop?
Picking up, you're calling it a lollipop because the really contentious issues of changing the People's Representative Act, changing AFSPA, those critical recommendations of the Justice Verma Committee report have been left aside. Do you think the government is basically just responding to public anger and showing that at least something has been done?
There is no doubt about it that it is the outrage of people on the streets that the government has responded to, and it has responded to rather swiftly. But it's very interesting when you analyze the kind of provisions or whatever are the points raised in the ordinance. They are those which will not directly impact the parliamentarians. So if it's People's Representation Act, it's left untouched. If it is issues of marital rape, it's left untouched. If it's the major issue of implementation, many a times it has been said, even if the law is left unamended, but whatever are the provisions are properly implemented, much can be done, and it must be implemented within a timeline. Nothing of that can change with this ordinance, which does not approach this subject.
No.
Very important is police autonomy. Let them do their work. I mean, if it's a person with political power, money power, who commits a rape, he is going to be left immediately. Where's the question of penalty?
No, but Prashant, are we all being overly cynical and overly critical? The fact is, those contentious issues could not have been resolved in a couple of days. The government has at least achieved a basic consensus, moved ahead, brought this ordinance on what was acceptable to all. The other issues they haven't rejected. They're saying they will be dealt with over time, but at least they've responded to the anger in the street. They're showing that they care about the people and will respond to their concerns. Prashant.
So they have responded to the anger on the streets by making a show that they are doing something. So they have decided to bring an ordinance which puts in place some of the things which to my mind are not as important as many of the other things. Police reforms has been pending in this country for the last more than 30 years. More than 6.5 years ago, the Supreme Court had given binding directions about these police reforms. All those directions have been reiterated by the Verma Committee. Now, what was the difficulty in implementing those? They have already been pending for more than 6.5 years. What was the difficulty in that? I mean, Representation of People Act, you say this is contentious. Armed Forces Special Powers Act, this is contentious. Marital rape, this is contentious. So, police reforms, this is not contentious. Police reforms has been pending for so many years. Why is that not?
At the end of it all, Ranjana Kumari, do you think India will be a safer place to some extent at least for women, or do you think this ordinance will actually make no difference at all?
Well, Rahul, let me tell you that, Justice Verma himself said that, no government official even came and took the whole process seriously and made any kind of suggestion. Late night somebody came and delivered when it was already edited. So, and also Prime Minister did not even respond. After a week he writes a letter. Then he does not even receive this report. So, all that was creating an environment in the country that, look, here is something which is very serious. Here is some very, very good report, good piece of comprehensive suggestions which have come, and nobody is paying any attention. So without any, I don't think any even cabinet ministers who were sitting there have read this report. It is 637 pages, and I don't think they have even looked at what they are talking about. Something has been picked up which are convenient, which needed to be, which didn't hurt anybody, and also which has been part of something which has been pending for 6.5 years.
It is one of those situations when you can look at the glass either half full or half empty. Either you can say this is a step in the right direction, or you can say all three of our guests disagree. All three of our guests disagree. We don't want to sit in on judgment. Purnima Advani wants to make one quick final comment before I end this. Purnima, very quickly please, I'm out of time.
You see, Rahul, this is going to be followed by a proper debate in Parliament and meaningful changes.
Absolutely.
It will be most welcome. But the danger that always happens with these interim measures is that once having shown the country at large that we mean something, then again there is a candid silence.
That's very important.
I hope that doesn't happen, and this time we reach some logical conclusion.
What you're saying is very important. I'm only urging that we don't be over cynical, that we continue to engage, we continue to pressure so that the government, which has responded in the manner that it has, understands that more needs to be done. Otherwise, if there's too much cynicism, probably nothing will happen. But the government needs to know there is more pressure, more needs to be done, and we need to keep our eyes squarely trained on them. Prashant Bhushan, Ranjana Kumari, Purnima Advani for joining us on the show with your first reactions on the government's ordinance on the rape law. Thank you very much. We're slipping into a break. India Reports when we come back on the other side. Stay with us. We're back.
Stop, compare, save.